Does your mind often feel like a chaotic, crowded marketplace, buzzing with an overwhelming clamor of endless thoughts, incessant worries, and an unceasing list of demands? In our constantly connected, always-on world, mental clutter can be just as debilitating, if not more so, than any physical mess. It leaves us feeling chronically stressed, perpetually distracted, and desperately craving a sense of inner peace that seems just out of reach. What if you could gently, yet profoundly quiet that relentless mental noise, not by attempting to forcefully suppress it, but by subtly guiding your mind towards clarity, focus, and effortless simplicity? What if a few precisely chosen words, deeply rooted in the timeless wisdom of Japanese minimalism, could act as powerful, actionable affirmations to declutter your thoughts, soothe your spirit, and bring immediate calm into your present moment, right here, right now? Today, we're unveiling 10 incredibly powerful Japanese minimalist affirmations, specifically designed to simplify your mind, starting today. These aren't just empty, feel-good phrases. They are potent, intentional statements, distilled reflections of profound Japanese principles that will empower you to create vast mental space, significantly reduce the pervasive grip of overwhelm, and invite a deep, abiding calm into your daily life. Ready to transform your cluttered, noisy mind into a serene, uncluttered sanctuary? Stick with me. By the end of this video, you'll possess a new, powerful set of mental tools to cultivate clarity, enhance your focus, and reclaim your inner peace, beginning this very instant. If you're tired of mental chaos and truly yearning for a simpler, calmer, and more present mind, hit that subscribe button now. Let's embark on this transformative journey to declutter our thoughts together. The profound power of mindful affirmations in Japanese minimalism. When we typically hear the word minimalism, our minds often immediately conjure images of stark, uncluttered rooms, immaculately tidy closets, and a Spartan aesthetic. And while external simplification is indeed a powerful and liberating practice, at its very heart, Japanese minimalism is a comprehensive philosophy of intentionality, profound clarity, and finding exquisite beauty in simplicity, both in the external world and, crucially, within your internal landscape. For Japanese minimalist thinkers, overwhelm isn't solely about accumulating too many things. It's fundamentally about carrying too much mental noise, too many fragmented thoughts, too many unexamined obligations, too much anxiety about an uncertain future, excessive rumination on an unchangeable past, and the corrosive weight of relentless self-judgment. This is precisely where affirmations, when understood through this deeper, minimalist lens, become extraordinarily powerful. These aren't about denying reality or forcing an artificial positivity. Instead, these minimalist affirmations are gentle, concise statements that mindfully redirect your focus, prune away unnecessary mental clutter, and firmly anchor you in core principles of presence, acceptance, gratitude, and radical sufficiency. They are acts of mindful mental decluttering, whispered intentions that, with consistent practice, incrementally yet profoundly reshape your inner landscape, creating vast emotional and cognitive space. These affirmations draw deeply on quintessential Japanese concepts like Wabi-Sabi, the beauty found in imperfection and impermanence; Kanketsu, refined simplicity and concise elegance; Ma, the profound beauty and importance of empty space and silence; and Ichigo Ichi-e, the unique, unrepeatable preciousness of each present moment. By consciously integrating these affirmations, you're not just merely repeating words, you're actively inviting ancient, time-tested wisdom to simplify your mind, cultivate genuine inner peace, and bring a quiet sense of order to your thoughts. 10. Japanese minimalist affirmations to simplify your mind today. Here are 10 powerful affirmations, each deeply inspired by core Japanese minimalist principles that you can use right now to bring immediate simplicity, clarity, and calm to your mind. Kore de Jubun. This is enough. A direct challenge to the scarcity mindset and the consumerist urge for more. It connects to the idea of sufficiency and contentment. What it says to your mind: the resources I have right now, my time, my energy, my possessions, my current state, are perfectly adequate for this moment. I release the relentless feeling of insufficiency and the internal pressure to constantly do more, have more, or be more. This affirmation immediately grounds you in the present moment's profound abundance. It skillfully cuts off the endless mental loop of "what's next?" or "I need more to be happy, successful." By embracing sufficiency, you cultivate deep contentment and instantly release the immense mental burden of unceasing accumulation and striving, freeing up vast cognitive space. As you finish a task, or when you feel the urge to buy something, or just when your mind races with what you don't have, gently whisper, "Kore de Jubun," this is enough. Ima Koko, now here, pure presence, fundamental to Zen. It's the essence of mindfulness and being fully grounded in the present reality. What it says to your mind: my past experiences are gone. My future worries are not yet here. My entire awareness is anchored to this very instant, exactly where my body is. I choose to be fully immersed in what is unfolding right now. This simple yet profound statement immediately reduces mental fragmentation. When your mind is fully and singularly in the now and here, the chaotic, overwhelming noise of what-ifs, should-haves, and distant concerns instantly dissipates. This creates immediate, undeniable clarity and sharpens your focus on the task or experience at hand. When you notice your mind drifting to past regrets or future anxieties, take a deep breath and gently repeat, "Ima Koko, now here." Feel your feet on the ground. Look at what's in front of you. Hoki Suru Yuki. The courage to let go. This speaks to Isagiosa, the dignified acceptance and decisive clarity in letting go. It's about finding profound strength in release. What it says to your mind: I possess the courage, the strength, and the grace to release what no longer serves my highest good. This includes old grudges, limiting beliefs, unrealistic expectations, the need for control, and any emotional attachments that create internal burden. Overwhelm often stems from clinging to too much, too many opinions, too many responsibilities that aren't yours, too much control. This affirmation empowers you to mentally and emotionally release what weighs you down, thereby actively decluttering your mental space and significantly lightening your emotional burden. It creates freedom. When you're ruminating on something you can't change, or find yourself trying to control an outcome, consciously take a breath and say, "Hoki Suru Yuki," the courage to let go. Watashi wa fukanzen de utsukushwa. I am imperfect and beautiful, directly inspired by Wabi-Sabi, which celebrates the beauty found in imperfection, impermanence, and incompleteness. What it says to your mind: I wholeheartedly accept every aspect of myself, my perceived flaws, my unique quirks, my past mistakes, my ongoing journey of growth, as integral and beautiful parts of my authentic being. My worth is not dependent on being flawless. Perfectionism is an enormous draining source of mental clutter and paralyzing stress. This affirmation profoundly liberates your mind from the relentless, exhausting pursuit of an impossible ideal, drastically reducing self-judgment and freeing up vast amounts of mental energy that can now be directed towards self-compassion, genuine acceptance, and growth. The next time your inner critic speaks harshly, gently counter it with, "Watashi wa fukanzen de utsukush." I am imperfect and beautiful. Look at your hands, your reflection, and affirm your unique, evolving self. Ma o aishimasu. I cherish the empty space. A deep appreciation for Ma, the deliberate, meaningful void or negative space in art, architecture, and daily life. It's about the power of what is not there. What it says to your mind: I value stillness, silence, and open mental space. I do not need to fill every moment with noise, activity, or continuous thought. I give myself permission to pause, to breathe, to simply be in the gaps between actions. Our modern minds often feel a relentless compulsion to constantly process information, be stimulated, or be productive. This affirmation creates a profound mental permission slip for quiet, for meaningful pauses, for simply existing without external input. It radically reduces the internal urge to fill every mental void with more noise, thereby promoting a deep sense of tranquility and clarity. After finishing a task, before starting a new one, or when you feel overwhelmed by too many thoughts, pause, take a conscious breath, silently affirm, Ma'o aishimasu, I cherish the empty space. Juyo namono dake ni shuchu. Focus only on what is important. A direct application of kanketsu to your priorities and attention. It's a minimalist command for ruthless clarity. What it says to your mind: my mental energy is a precious, limited resource. I will direct it only towards what genuinely holds significance, relevance, and value in this moment, or for my core objectives. I will let all else recede into the background. Decision fatigue, endless distractions, and scattered attention are major sources of mental clutter and overwhelm. This affirmation sharpens your mental filter, allowing you to quickly discard irrelevant thoughts, trivial concerns, and non-essential tasks, bringing immediate, powerful focus to your true core priorities. Before starting work, checking emails, or planning your day, ask yourself, what is truly important right now? And then affirm, Yuyo na mono dake ni shuchu. Focus only on what is important. Nagare ni mi o makaseru. I surrender to the flow, an acceptance of life's natural rhythms, embracing adaptability, and letting go of rigid control. It embodies a Zen-like acceptance of impermanence and change. What it says to your mind: I release the need to rigidly control every outcome or every detail. I trust in the natural unfolding of events and my ability to adapt. I allow myself to move with the current of life rather than fighting against it. Resistance, rigid control, and the constant need to force outcomes are immense sources of stress and debilitating mental overwhelm. This affirmation encourages a calmer, more flexible, and resilient mindset, significantly reducing the mental friction that arises from perpetually fighting against what is. When plans change unexpectedly, or you encounter an obstacle, take a breath and affirm, Nagare ni mi o makaseru. I surrender to the flow. See if you can find ease in adapting. Shoshin o motsu. I hold a beginner's mind. Shoshin is a foundational Zen concept, emphasizing approaching every task and experience with the openness, eagerness, and lack of preconceptions of a true novice. What it says to your mind: I approach this moment, this challenge, this learning opportunity with fresh eyes, an open heart, and genuine curiosity. I release the burden of needing to know everything, to be an expert, or to avoid mistakes. I am here to learn and experience. When we approach situations with a fixed know-it-all attitude or a paralyzing fear of not knowing, it creates immense mental rigidity and stress. This affirmation gently but powerfully opens your mind, making learning an effortless and joyful process, and dramatically reducing the self-imposed pressure to be an expert, thus simplifying complex thoughts into curious, manageable observations. When facing a new challenge or feeling inadequate, replace I should know this with Shoshin o motsu. I hold a beginner's mind. Ask curious questions instead of judging. Subete wa utsukushiku kirei ni naru. Everything will become beautiful and clear. A belief in the inherent order and clarifying power of time and natural processes. It speaks to a deep underlying trust in life's ability to resolve and simplify. What it says to your mind: even if things feel chaotic or complex right now, I trust that with patience and focus on what's necessary, clarity will naturally emerge. The path will become evident, and order will be restored in its own time. This affirmation directly combats anxiety about uncertainty and future complications. By affirming that things will naturally clarify and settle, You significantly reduce mental worry and allow your mind to release the heavy burden of needing to figure it all out or fix everything right this very second. It cultivates a calm, trusting outlook. When faced with a complex problem or a feeling of being stuck, gently repeat, "Subete wa utsukushiku kirei ni naru." Everything will become beautiful and clear. "Watashi wa kokai shinai." I have no regrets. This is a statement of radical acceptance and forward momentum, drawing on the principle of decisive release found in Isagi-yosa. It's about learning from the past without being bound by it. What it says to your mind: I acknowledge past decisions and their outcomes. I take the lessons learned, but I choose to release the emotional weight of self-blame, guilt, or what-ifs. My energy is for now, and for moving forward, unburdened. Regret is an immense, heavy form of mental clutter that continuously pulls you backward. By consciously affirming no regrets, you actively close past mental loops, preventing unproductive rumination and freeing up valuable mental and emotional energy that was previously tied to unproductive self-blame or dwelling on the unchangeable. It empowers you to be fully present for your life unfolding now. When a past mistake surfaces in your mind, acknowledge it briefly, then gently but firmly state, "Watashi wa kokai shinai." I have no regrets. I learn and move forward. These 10 Japanese minimalist affirmations are far more than just positive thoughts. They are intentional, powerful mental exercises that actively and effectively simplify your inner world. They work by radically redirecting focus. They act as mental compasses, pulling your attention away from chaotic, distracting noise and gently guiding it towards clarity, presence, and profound acceptance. Consciously pruning unnecessary thoughts. Each affirmation functions as a sophisticated mental filter, helping you to identify, acknowledge, and then gently release mental clutter, nagging worries, and non-essential narratives that drain your energy, cultivating deep acceptance and self-compassion. They encourage a fundamentally kinder, gentler, and more understanding relationship with yourself and your current circumstances, thereby radically reducing internal resistance, harsh self-judgment, and the chronic stress they create. Anchoring in timeless wisdom. Rooted in centuries of Japanese philosophical principles and cultural aesthetics, they provide a stable, unshakable foundation for cultivating a truly calm, centered, and highly focused mind, even amidst the most demanding external circumstances. Fostering mental space. By encouraging release and focusing on essentials, they inherently create more empty space in your mind, allowing for greater creativity, insight, and peace. By consciously choosing to repeat and deeply embody these simple yet profound statements, you're not just speaking words into the air, you're actively rewiring your brain for simplicity, cultivating profound inner peace, and building an unwavering focus. You're giving yourself explicit permission to let go of what weighs you down, and to wholeheartedly embrace the clarity, lightness, and freedom that comes from having less mental clutter. The profound wisdom embedded within Japanese minimalism offers a gentle, accessible, yet incredibly effective path to achieving profound mental clarity and lasting inner peace. By thoughtfully integrating these 10 powerful minimalist affirmations into your daily routine, from quietly declaring, "This is enough," to embracing the courage to let go and finding beauty in your imperfections, you are actively choosing to simplify your mind, significantly reduce overwhelm, and cultivate a deep, abiding sense of inner tranquility. Which of these affirmations resonates most deeply with you today? Pick one or two that speak directly to your current mental clutter and commit to incorporating them into your morning routine during moments of quiet reflection or whenever you feel that familiar tug of overwhelm. Observe how these simple shifts in language begin to transform your internal landscape. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. I read every single one, and your journey truly inspires countless others. If this video has opened your eyes and heart to a new, more serene way to simplify your mind and find calm amidst chaos, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might also be yearning for a more peaceful, clutter-free mental landscape. Your journey to a life of quiet elegance, profound clarity, and deep inner peace begins now.